Hey guys, how are you beautiful, amazing, wonderful, and unique people? Ooh. Today I look so dull. I know. Niko na homa. You can even hear it in my voice. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this place, my name is Alice Kakwa, and in this channel we're all about inspiration, lifestyle, dance, and so much more. Lately I've been doing a lot of reflection, and so let's roll with it because that's what is in me at the moment. So yeah guys, let's get right to this. But before that, hit the subscribe button, be part of this loving family. Yeah, I don't know if it's only me or everybody goes through this stage of life where you just surrender everything, you give up, not really like giving up for defeat, but giving up the need to control situations, the need to approve, I mean, the need for approval from others, validation, and certain outcomes in life. Because I'm currently at that point in life. I don't want to care anymore what is gonna be the outcome, or even chase the next coin, chase the next goal, because looking back, it seems that has been the definition of my worth, the definition of myself. It's all I achieve. And once I achieve one thing, I'm like, what's next? And if I don't, it feels like my sense of worth comes crumbling down, if you know what I mean. It's like I've been attaching my worth to what I do. Work is equals to worth. What you achieve is equals to worth. And that thing has really drained me a lot, because I don't even have time to breathe. After one achievement, I don't even have time to celebrate that. I want to see what's next. Or I'm thinking already, what's next? Yeah, Yeah, it has just come to this point where I just want to breathe. Yeah, and be present in the moment, recognize my breath, and appreciate that I'm alive. Oh my God. I think we lose sight of the important things in life, just like health, breathing, being able to see, watch the skies, hear, listen to the birds, just laugh with a friend, talk with a stranger, just enjoy the present moment, even watch the trees sway side by side and be like, so yeah, these trees are actually living, they're actually having their moment. Watching the vehicles on the road, traveling, and so much more things that we lose sight of in our own worlds, trying to scan through what next, or even feeling like you are in a competition with others, of which we are losing a lot of sight of life. I mean, personally, I'm tired of everything, the games. If I'm loving, I'm just loving deeply. If I'm giving generously. If I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. There's no guilt or feeling like I should. If I don't like, I don't like. There's no forcing issues. If I don't belong, I don't belong. There's no trying to fit in. If it's challenging me, it's challenging me. If I don't know, I don't know. Whatever. If I don't know, I don't know. Then what next? I can now learn. Instead of denying, living in denial of things. There's a certain story I came across on TikTok, which actually it's kind of left me thinking, because there was this calm wife whose husband married a second wife, and they were now living in the same roof. So this second wife was trying so much to win the attention of the husband, or the love of the husband. So she was doing everything to bring this first wife down. And so the second wife was like, why is this woman not breaking? Because apparently the first wife was so calm, she was so collected, and she was not even trying to compete for anything. She was just doing her stuff. And even when she was being like mocked or when she was being mocked and made to feel small, she's not even buying into that. She was collected and strong. And actually that thing burnt the second wife more, because the second wife was expecting a certain reaction. She was expecting this wife to start competing, they start hating on each other, they start throwing each other words, vulgar words, abusing each other and all that. But she was shocked. This woman, I think she had mastered the life. She had mastered something in life, because she was calm. I think she knew that there's nothing to compete, there's nothing to fight for. It's just, it is what it is. Imagine, it is what it is. Live in the moment, choosing yourself more, and even realizing life is much more than this outside noise and external pressures. Once I realized that, I've just chosen to surrender everything. And nowadays I don't compete for stuff. I don't compete for attention. I don't compete for love. I don't even compete for spaces where I'm not accepted. I just want to be home with myself, if that makes sense. To be home with myself. I can actually be contented when I'm alone with people, and even letting other people be who they want to be without me trying to change who they want to be. Like, that's too much energy. These things cost a lot of energy. And by the way, one of my goals this year is to not carry any burden. I don't want to carry any burden. Not other people's burden. Even things that I cannot control, I don't want to carry them. I just lay them down and, you know what, breathe, live. Be aware of my environment, and thank God for life and for everything that He has given me. That's it. Tomorrow is for God. Yesterday is gone. I have only now, this moment that I'm talking to you right now. So guys, I don't know. You can comment down below. Have you reached to that point where you surrendered your life, everything, situations, even luck? Because maybe God wants to provide in another way, and you just glued to this way. I mean, it's just letting the universe show you its wonders. There's a friend of mine who actually told me that he doesn't want to limit God to what he can do. Maybe he's limiting God by telling him, I want this outcome. But maybe God has so much more. That's not to mean that you shouldn't have goals, but I think it's more of surrendering even those goals to God, because maybe God even wants more than that. Maybe you are even limiting God. You're telling God you want maybe a Mazda, but maybe He wants to give you a Benz, and you're there glued to the Mazda, until you lose sight of what God is actually doing in your life. So that's what's up, guys. I don't have a lot to talk about today. It was just sharing my experience of how I've reached to that point in life where I don't want to control the outcomes. I don't want to change people for who they are. I just accept them for who they are. Yeah, and basically letting go and letting God. Yeah, letting God. And basically letting go and letting God take control over everything in my life. So if you learned something, I'm humbled. Hit the subscribe button, of course. Be part of this family. That's the goal. And let's do this, guys. Like, share, comment, anything you wanna comment. Yeah. Bye. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.